We are recording and doing live improv. Christian Winter here, placed in Copenhagen, and I'm today with Margot.
Margot, silent T. Margot
Margot,
Escott.
Silent T.
Yeah. Pretty pretentious.
Oh, yeah. And can you say a bit about you?
I'm an improviser and a psychotherapist in Naples, Florida. And I teach improv to different kinds of folks. I teach improv for anxiety. I do a lot of applied improv. I teach improv for people with movement disorders and care partners. And I just love teaching improv, but I love playing improv even more, I guess. So, but I love teaching. I love them both. And the pandemic has been an incident where the good side is I've been able to take workshops and classes with fabulous people that I might not ordinarily be able to work with. So, and meeting you.
Yeah. Well, this will be fun. So,
okay.
Just the therapy thing with, you mentioned different groups. And one was some of them I understood the reason it's a thing, but the physical, I think the second group you mentioned.
People with movement disorders like Parkinson's and multiple sclerosis, and we adapt and dementia. So people who have difficulty moving or speaking or whatever their issue is, and I tailor the improv games to work with them so that everybody can have a success.
Okay, so it's to give them a success experience?
Well, it's to give them a sense of confidence, and we know research is showing improv can improve the mood, decreases anxiety, decreases depression. Being with others who share a common denominator, which is broadly termed movement disorders, and people who are care partners who are going through their own stress and struggles.
Yeah, so, okay. Interesting. Well, let's see where we're going on this scene.
Yes.
So you're starting on a solo, and I'll give you a suggestion, a location or a word. What would you like?
A word.
A word. Aristocrat.
Aristocrat. When I think of people with really high status, I used to think they were people that had amassed great fortunes, the trillionaires of the world. But as I've grown up over the years, I now think that it could be quite a snobby term to call somebody, to think of oneself as an aristocrat. For example, the categories we think of in everyday life. Is your postman an aristocrat? Well, I think mine is. He's very kind. He's very high-minded. And perhaps the checkout person at my local grocery store could be the aristocrat of all of the checkout people. And I also think of Disney cartoons. I immediately think of the Aristocats. I don't know why my mind went there, but I really love Disney cartoons. And thinking about Disney and Aristocats takes me to Lady and the Tramp. The cartoon Lady and the Tramp, if you've never seen it, is a very romantic story. I love Lady and the Tramp. I just love that story. The music is great. They go to an Italian restaurant and they're sharing a piece of spaghetti. They each have a piece in their mouth and then come up close so they almost kiss. And the music is lovely. And there was two characters in that movie that really frightened me. I considered them evil, malicious. They thought they were high and mighty. They were called the Siamese cats. Yeah, the Siamese cats. They were not nice cats. In fact, I have never owned a cat in my life because of the Siamese cats. Now, I know there's other breeds and kinds of cats, and a lot of people are taking feral cats in these days, cats that have been living in the woods, and they take them in and help them become domesticated. I say leave them in the woods. They're probably happier there. But nonetheless, those Siamese cats in Lady and the Tramp just caused me to really have a fear and a dislike. I'm not allergic or anything. So I've been a dog person most of my life. And I love dogs. I mean, dogs unconditionally love you. I mean, where else can you find unconditional love? I think that having a dog is one of the greatest gifts anybody can give themselves. I have a lot of friends that have dogs. I know some cat people, but I'm not really very close to those. I mean, they've made their preference. It's kind of like political parties. I could say maybe, there's one side and then there's another side. And of course, the side I'm on is the correct side. I know it is. It's the right side to be on. So I've been having dogs. Yes.
Oh, Emma,
Yes.
our dog is playing with the neighbor's cat.
Oh no. Oh
It's
no, Harry. Don't tell me that.
it's so beautiful. It's like yin and yang getting together.
It is?
It's like the oppositions are playing a game.
Let me look out and see.
Yeah, take a look. Can you see
Oh,
them out there in garden?
I can see them frolicking in the garden. They seem to be having a good time, Harry.
They do. Isn't it beautiful? I think so.
I'd like to think so. I'd like to be as flexible as you are, Harry. You're so flexible.
Oh, well, you're flexible too. You're saying okay with a lot of my suggestions and stuff that I do around here at our home.
Well, you do so much stuff. But back to our dog. I hope he doesn't get cat scratch fever because I understand that's prominent with cats, with felines.
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like they are playing a game. Like the cat is ignoring our
He's
pet.
ignoring, he's ignoring Buck.
Yeah, it's like a game. He's ignoring, and Bog is slowly going. Yeah, there. He's going closer and closer, and then suddenly, yeah, the cat is jumping up, and yeah, they're running after each other, and then again replaying the same thing. The cat is ignoring Bog. It's it's like a game.
So you think Buck's having fun? He's been sheltered all of his life.
Well, yeah, no, and it took some time that he grew on us.
Yes. He's not the brightest Buck in the world, is he?
You think that the cat is making a laugh out of him?
Yeah. They're really such hideous creatures.
The cat.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very tricky. They're very tricky. I think, I don't know. I have a thought.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think that maybe when we capture Buck and bring him to safety, we ought to give him a vaccine.
Oh, is that tough? A vaccine?
A vaccine against cat scratch fever, cat influenza, cat fever, and cat bushkaba.
Cat whisker bar.
Bushkaba. It's when their whiskers get close to our beloved Buck, and the whiskers infiltrate his whiskers.
Oh, if they kiss?
Hopefully they're not exchanging kisses.
Oh, that would be, I mean, a cat and a dog. So if they fell in love?
If they
That would
fell
be
in
a
love,
cat dog,
interspecies.
interspecies. Oh, well, anyway, a bug is not going to give birth to any interspecies cat
We
dogs.
don't have to worry about Buck, do we?
No, it will be the problem of our beloved neighbor.
Yes, she is lovely, isn't she? Mrs. Hooligan. I love Mrs. Hooligan.
Oh, I just, well, she is a cat person, but
Yeah.
even though she's quite lovely, yeah.
She's a lovely person minus the cats. I would never go into her home. And I certainly wouldn't eat the brownies she leaves by our door.
Well, they are quite tasteful.
Harry,
Emma,
I didn't know you ate one of her pieces of fudge.
well, now you do. It's a gift, and you shouldn't treat gifts in a bad way.
That's true. You're so noble. You're noble and endearing, and you do so much around the house. But did you find any cat hairs in the fudge?
So if there was, you think I should have a vaccine as well?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, I'll just go and look that up for a moment. I'll be back. I'll just
Okay.
check. Yeah.
Okay. Gosh. I hope I haven't hurt his feelings. I think once in the past he may have enjoyed cats. I don't know. I'm really, oh gosh, I hope he's not upset with me. I hope he's not feeling like betrayed somehow just because I abhor cats and I'm worried about Buck being out there. And now that Harry's eaten some of the fudge, I don't know. I'm going to have to get a vaccine myself. I'm absolutely going to have to get a vaccine myself.
Oh, Emma. Hello, Emma.
Hold on, I'm getting my mask.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my cat has been playing with your dog. And now my cat is expecting small something. I don't know what will be. And I'm just thinking that cannot be good.
Mrs. Hooligan, could you just step back a little bit more from me, please? Please.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, listen, your cat was coming on to our dog Buck. And besides that, how do you know it was our dog? She's a floozy.
I think it was your bark that encouraged my cat, Missy. And Missy just got misled, and now she's expecting.
I hate to break it to you, Mrs. Hooligan. Your Missy is a slut.
What?
She's known around the name. She's a slut. She's a promiscuous cat.
A promiscuous cat? She's the
Yeah,
finest breed.
Sorry.
She's a noble breed of a cat.
Yes, I heard that you think she's an aristocratic cat.
You heard that, I think. It's reality. It's not just something I think.
Well, if you want to think it, you can think it. You can think whatever you want, but you need to know that Missy's been prowling around the entire neighborhood.
What? Are you calling my Missy a slut?
Meow, meow, meow.
Oh, Missy. Oh, my promised Missy. How are you doing? Oh, how could you go and play with Buck, that dirty dog?
Oh, meow, 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 Rex, meow, 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 meow.
Rex?
Rufus, meow, 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 Rufus, meow, meow,
Missy. I think you caught something from that dog, maybe a rabies or something.
Meow.
Oh, Missy, easy now, easy now. Come with me home, then let's go home and get out of this garden of these terrible people. Yeah, come with me. Yeah. Oh, I looked it up. Yeah, there are all kinds of diseases you can get from a cat.
Oh, thank you, Harry. I'm so glad you've recognized that. And I hope that by learning this today, you've learned a big lesson.
Oh, yeah, I thought you got our neighbor left. And she was quite upset.
Oh, she wanted money because she thought our beloved Buck impregnated her slutty little cat. Can you believe that? That cat's been all around the neighborhood. She's been around the block for literally.
Oh, terrible. I feel bad for her. Well, we'll see when the small creatures come around if they are more like Buggish or more like Mrs.
She could have inseminated that cat of hers.
Yeah.
Because she thinks it's such a great breed that she has, whatever that thing is. You think it's the best cat in the world.
Oh. Well, I think Bug is the greatest dog in the world.
Well, of course he is, indubitably. Yes, he is.
Anyway, Emma, I've been making pasta and meat sauce so we can replay our favorite scene from that movie, you know?
Oh, Lady and the Tramp. Oh, you're so
Yeah.
divine. Oh,
So,
let's have a piece of spaghetti now. Is it ready? Is it ready yet?
yeah. Here, take. And scene. Oh, good fun.
Yeah, great fun.
Yeah, all around.
Should we try another?
Oh, yeah, we can do another. Yeah.
Let's try another. Why don't you start with a monologue?
I will.
That'd be
And I
great.
will have
A location, a word, or
I'll take a location.
location. Okay.
Yeah.
Your location is a Samoan village.
A what?
Samoan, Samoa. Samoa is okay, like Fiji.
Samoa. Oh,
Samoa, like in the Pacific Ocean. Samoa, or famous football player too in this country.
Yeah.
Okay,
Samoa.
so it's a Samoa village.
The Samoa village.
Yes.
These palm trees are so tall. I'm gonna hit some of this fruits and maybe get something down. Oh. I'm gonna hit myself with one of these stones one of these days. Oh, yeah. Oh. This is life. I mean, just being here in this small village. And it's like we established peace in our village. And now we just live off the land and the fish in the ocean. It's so beautiful. mean, there was a lot of trouble and a lot of ideas that we should get civilized and get phones and computers and electricity. Now, I think this is much better. Just living off the land. Oh, so nice. And I mean, my brother is happy. We're not arguing anymore like we did. And the girl that I fancy, she's smiling. Like, everything is just happiness. Everyone is friendly.
Are these pineapples fresh?
Oh, yeah, as fresh as can be.
They're quite.
Direct.
I find them very expensive.
Oh, but freshness comes with a price.
Mr. Herbert, are you jacking up your prices all of a sudden?
Oh, all of a sudden, it's like things has a price. The land cost has a price, and I need land to grow the pineapples. It's like Mrs. Williamson. Your fish prices gone up all of a sudden. I think
I had noticed that, but the pineapple, gee, I mean, you grow it on your own land.
Well, you catch a fish out of the ocean from your own boat.
You're catching the fish that you're selling in your market?
Huh?
You're going into the ocean and catching these fish that you're selling here?
Yeah. Well, inflation is part of the society.
I'd like to go back to the commune. I'm tired of living in society. I'd like to go back where everything was free and natural.
Oh, what? I mean, the amount of free land and free harbor places is limited. Oh, the freedom is just an illusion, don't you think? It's like we want to go out there. We want to be free and live off the land, but it's maybe just an illusion. I mean, the palm trees that used to be here are gone. They're cut down to make huts, to make buildings. And they call it prosperity.
It's great weed. It's from Maui. Maui.
Oh, that's a good name. You found a good market to buy it?
We're growing it here, Timothy. You've been here a few weeks. Haven't you seen the pot farm yet?
No, I haven't. I mean, I've just been staying around the marketplace.
Just take a look. We got a farm back there with lots and lots of marijuana plants.
Oh, you know your way around that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course I do. I was studying to be a medic.
Oh, so it's for medical use? Recreational use?
Maybe? Oh, so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting tired as well. Yeah.
Oh, listen, I've got some great fudge here. You're getting a little hungry here. Let me give you some fudge. Here, try a piece.
Oh, thanks. Mmm, tastes good. Thanks. It's a really joyful thing to be around here. Oh, and everybody's just happy and laughter.
Yeah, and actually there's marijuana, there's pot in the brownies, in the fudge.
Oh,
That's why they're so chewy.
oh. Actually, my whole life I've been warned about marijuana.
It's perfectly wonderful.
Yeah. I think I'll take a walk up and have a nap in the hammock. See you. Okay.
Okay, see you, man. He's a newbie here, but he'll get used to life in the wild where everything is free. Not like where we came from, where nothing was free. Everything had a price to it. Even the liberty of walking around. They started taxing our feet. Yes, that's right. They were taxing our feet. That's why we moved to the wilderness. We have all the accoutrements of a regular village, and yet we're a very special village. Only select people come in. That's right. We pick and choose who comes into our village, and only the most highly intelligent people are allowed in here. Plus, they need to have a little bit of a down payment or a trust fund so they can help support our efforts. And that's what we found in Brother Timothy. Yes, Brother Timothy.
Oh, I really want to be part of that village. I mean, Timothy wrote a lot of good stuff about that village. It seems like he's happy out there. I'm just wondering how to apply. So I had this long form I need to fill out. And they need a down payment. Oh, but maybe I can down payment and some mushrooms, maybe.
So, Rolo, how much do you want to borrow from me?
Oh, I was trying to 200 grams.
You want to borrow 200 grams?
Yeah, of your medium quality mushrooms.
All right, man. What's going to cost you? It's going to
Oh,
cost you.
how much?
Well, it's going to cost 5 tiddlywinks, 37 ping pong balls, a rubber duck, and you have to say schniffle 5 times and turn in a circle.
Schniffle. At the same time that I turn?
Well, you can turn your head if you like to. That's all right. I don't want you to become dizzy. Then you won't mushroom.
So what color should the rubber duck be? Yellow, a classic quality?
Classic funny yellow rubber duck.
Oh, yeah, I think you can get that. Schniffle. So is it a down payment I have to pay immediately, or can I come later and pay?
Well, you have a pretty trustworthy face. I'd say just we need to collect the ping pongs. If you can get the ping pong balls for us, that would be sufficient payment.
Oh, cool. The ping pong balls.
Mhm.
And it's just ordinary ping pong balls. They don't have to be part of. Actually, I used to be. Yeah, I'll be back just in a second. I'll be back. I was like a guard at a ping pong game with famous ping pong people, and so I'll just catch them from my cabinet. Yeah.
Okay, great. How wonderful. What he doesn't recognize about himself is he is one of the most famous ping pong players in the world. Actually, he's a pinball wizard and a ping pong wizard. And his ping pong balls are going to be worth so much on eBay. I'm really going to get him for this. He will never know how much money I will really make. If I could get him to autograph those balls, that would be good too. Maybe just put his initials because they're kind of small. I don't think his whole signature would work, but I think I can make a killing on this. Yes. He's so naive. He doesn't know the gift that he has. A ping pong ball wizard.
Oh, yeah, ping pong here.
Oh, ah, ah, oh, let me put these down. My hands are getting filled here. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm ready. Can you autograph them before you send them over? Can you just put your initials on them, please?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'll just write some. What do you want me to write on it?
Just your initials or your whole name if you can.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And love everyone.
Ah, nice. Your initials, though, your specific initials.
Yeah, yeah. Can you throw them back over the counter?
Sure.
Yeah, so that should be it.
That's going to be just fine.
Okay,
Fine.
you catch again.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. I
Oh,
really appreciate it so much.
that's cool. And so I'll send you the rubber duck. I'll send you by mail.
Yep.
Cool. And the 200 gram of mushrooms.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I got the ping pong balls.
yeah, cool. Now I'm ready. I can sign my application and say I have everything needed to join Timothy on the island. That's so amazing. So I just need the interview. So yeah, I want to apply to be part of the community.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
I see your payment is in process, so that's very important.
Mm.
Um, can you tell me, are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed. Yeah.
Okay. And do you hear with your left or right ear?
Both, I hope.
Oh, okay, good. And now I see that at one point you had some trouble with the law. Can you tell me a little bit about what happened there?
Oh, I was on a ping pong tournament in Hong Kong, and yeah, we were trying to do a ping pong game across one of the biggest streets, and apparently we caught too much attention from the people around, and a car crashed into some stuff.
So
So,
you caused a fatal accident.
oh no, it wasn't fatal. It was he drove into a big show window. Well, maybe two mannequins were demolished, killed.
Oh,
Can a mannequin killed? Well, it lost its head.
I think that qualifies as manslaughter or manslaughter, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, oh. What does that mean for my application?
Well, it means that you're a fine candidate. We love accepting young folks like you who've had time in prison, so they'll really appreciate our commune. So you're welcome to our village, and I'm going to stamp this right now. You're approved. Here it is. Here's your certificate.
Thanks. That's beautiful. Oh, and scene. Oh, yeah, that was a totally different ball game.
Yes.
Yeah,
What'd
I
you
didn't.
think? Do you debrief after? Go ahead.
Just a small talking about the scenes and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. The second had a good dynamic and more theme based than the first. Was
Yeah.
more relationship and yeah, a common enemy out there.
Right.
With the
I
neighbor.
think I had more fun in the second one. The first one was fun, but it was almost like warming up, doing
Oh,
some warm up exercises. And then I really enjoyed the second scene because I
mm,
felt more connected to you by then, having played with you a little
okay.
bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's yeah. If it's the first time you play, you're maybe more subtle in what suggestions you do. So that's right. Yeah. It's what kind of improv style do you like? Like more rabbit hole out there?
Well, maybe I like relationship, and I kept striving to have a relationship with you. I feel like, well, we're husband and wife probably in the first
Yeah.
part, and then
Yeah.
neighbor and wife and neighbor and whatever.
Mm.
Um, we didn't have as many relationships, and I like point of view, and we didn't have kind of had the same point of view going around. I think we were in agreement, maybe a little too much. Maybe
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. What do you think?
Oh,
I don't mean to get angry and fight, but just.
no, yeah, I was suddenly more the agreeing husband that went along and
Yeah.
tried to be soft with because you put out a lot of opinions, hostile opinions in your opening. Yeah, so I came in as the agreeing, but push the thing with the dog and the cats playing.
Yeah. That was great. I did like that part. I
Mm.
especially like being a cat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It could. Yeah, but it could have. Yeah, I could have. Oh, I should have come in as a dog then.
Buck. Well, so I really like playing relationships, and I think we had more relationships. We had relationships in both. I think the second scene was more situational
Yeah,
and uh
and
but I like all the characters. Huh?
more theme based about finding the freedom and stuff like that.
Yeah. Paying too much for your groceries,
Yeah,
inflation.
yeah, yeah. So what do you like about improv? Well, you do it as a professional as well as a hobby thing.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I guess if you earn a few dollars, you're professional, right? Is that?
Well, no, it's more, I thought more in the sense that you use it in your therapy life
Yes,
as well as so
yeah.
is improv a different thing when you do it in a therapy
Um,
thing
I
than
use I use similar games, but there has to be a purpose. There's like if I'm doing couple counseling,
mm,
and there's a fellow here in the States, Dr. Dan Weiner, who has a book called Rehearsals for Growth. And about 30 years ago, he's a psychologist and he was an improv person. And
oh
he developed a specific technique to teach therapists how to use improv in their sessions. And I've been studying with him for a while too. So there's a method to our madness.
yeah, yeah, but then you need to put more intellect into the madness than when you do it as a hobby, I suppose.
Yes, there is a little bit more head work going on,
Mm,
but still, when they're doing the games and we're side coaching the games, it's the same principles of improv
okay.
and allowing people to let go of their ego, come into a more mindfulness state of mind.
Mm.
and being more authentic. And that's one of the gifts of improv, is to be more authentic.
Yeah, yeah, and well, to be in the moment anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, authentic. It's still. I talked with some people today. I read some Goffman years ago.
Right.
Well, he basically claims that we have a character that's the only quote I know from him. We have a character for each person we know whose opinion about us we think matters.
Yes.
And that's interesting because then we adjust our behavior according to the people we are in front of.
Yeah, it's
And
like a chameleon. It's like a
yeah.
chameleon that changes colors.
Oh yeah, and it can be a bad thing, but at the same time, it's a reality for every one of us.
Right. It's part of our social selves. Now,
Yeah,
what are you doing when you're not doing improv, Christian?
mechanical engineering.
How did you get into improv?
Oh, well, I read some Goffman, which made me interested in the theater thing because he pulls his stuff from Chekhov.
Uh-huh.
And what some of the stuff I think Goffman described the front and the backstage, that you're not necessarily giving out all your true self in a situation, depending on what it is. And then I found interesting in bibliodrama.
Uh-huh.
There's an old European monastery concept that's also used as a therapy thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm not aware of that, so I'm interested in that.
oh, it's and I heard some base. Yeah, it's connected a bit. Bibliodrama is you pull situation from the Bible, and a lot of the situation described are actually terrible situations. I mean, and then you put yourself in the roles of these person
Uh-huh.
and ask the questions to which there's not giving any answers.
Wow.
And then you, in a group, give the answers that you think would be depending on what character is this. Because the characters are very scarce described. So, for example, if you have a Cain who slay his brother Abel, one of the example is there's a video out there will teach showing the structure, and so one of the participants asked Cain, "Do you miss your brother?" And that's just an eye-opening thing because okay, he killed his brother. What was the situation? And now he's gone. Do you regret? Do you? But still, you have a lot of situations in the that are really what is actually going on in the mind of this person.
Uh-huh.
For example, which puzzled me. Well, anyway, Jesus had been hunted by the community, by the Jewish authorities. So he left over on the other side of the river. And due to his friend was sick, or what was the name?
Lazarus?
Yeah, Lazarus was sick and they had sent for him to come back. And but he still stayed some days on the other side. And then he was saying, now we're going back. Then Thomas, and Thomas is an interesting disciple.
Right. Yeah.
Then he says, Yes, let's go and die with him. Okay, so what makes this man say that?
Right, right.
What is the reality for him? And
Well,
now
that's
we know it according that he was the guy who, oh, I don't believe that unless I see see the scars. But in that moment he said, oh yeah, I'm ready to follow you and die doing it. What makes a person be ready to do that?
right. And what makes him change his mind?
Well, I don't know. But by incorporating this in like an improv game
Uh-huh.
scene, you can play out the scenes that are between the lines. So
Yes.
the rule is
Okay.
here, you never play the actual script.
Right.
You play the part between the script, the lines. So you have like, here's something described, here's something described. Now what's going on between this?
That's
And
fascinating.
that's a whole school
Wow.
of doing that. Or yeah, and yeah. Anyway, I was interested in that, but the class was dismissed due to too few applicants, and so I found a class in improv comedy.
Great. How long ago was that? How long you been playing?
That's maybe 5 years ago, I think. So.
Yeah. It's kind of addicting, isn't it? Once you get into it.
Oh yeah, it puts whole your mind out in listening what's going on and what was just said. What does that mean? What reality are we in?
Right,
Yeah,
right. So I felt we were pretty good in terms of joining the realities with each other.
yeah,
I
yeah.
enjoyed that a lot. That was
Mm,
great.
yeah, it was. Why did you start improv?
Um, why?
Yeah, or how?
How? Well, I had a brain aneurysm in my right cerebral hemisphere down here.
Oh,
And when they operated, I had 30 days stay at home. It's about 11 years ago now. And a friend
mm,
of mine suggested I try acting. And I went
oh,
to a little local theater and didn't take an acting class, but took an improv class. And I was immediately hooked. The
mm,
teacher was charismatic. And so within a year, I was performing, I was teaching, and it's just gotten better and better. Yeah,
mm. Beautiful.
yeah, yeah. So I can incorporate it in my work
Yeah.
as well as my play, and
Mm,
it's all good. And it's so great in terms of the spiritual component of it, like loving each other. We don't have to always like people, but we can love them in that moment,
yeah. Yeah.
accepting them as they are, and especially the idea that there's no mistakes, there's no failures.
Yeah.
And that's so opposite the cultural
Mm,
norms,
yeah.
can't make
Yeah.
mistakes. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, but also, yeah, everyone has their own travel in how they got in there, and they
oh yeah,
find different styles afterwards.
yeah.
And yeah, doing these scenes with different people is also interesting because even though we've never met, we can still hook up, talk 10 minutes, and then we can do a scene that is okay or even brilliant.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Oh yeah, it's just when I do them, I find, oh, this is okay. Then the day after, I find, oh, there was some brilliant moves, and you know, so that yeah. Well,
That's great.
let's say goodbye to the
Yes, it was lovely
cut
to
the
meet you
recording.
today. Yeah, I
I'll
so
just
enjoyed this.
I'll stop the recording.